does not find fault with anything that you are doing ever. And so when you do that, you're out on the raw and ragged edge, pinched yourself off from how your inner being feels about you right now. I'm feeling great resistance to meditating. This is nothing new, as I've been feeling this way for a while. But with the contrast exaggerated, I'm feeling greater discomfort. I used to be able to meditate and quiet my mind when I first began meditating several years ago. I'd get a swirling physical sensation on the top of my head, and I'd feel my body move, and I was able to quiet my mind. I don't know what happened or when it became hard, but now when I sit to meditate, it's hard to focus, and I'm not able to completely detach. Well, most important, stop saying that, because you get what you think about. And so if you sit to meditate and you don't find it comfortable to release your thoughts, then just let the thoughts that are flowing flow. Don't push hard against the thoughts. You know, something important for you to know, sometimes the thoughts that are flowing are not coming from a negative place. Sometimes the thoughts that are coming are you being a receiver of thoughts that your inner being is offering. So don't be so quick to be hard on yourself. Meditation is a good thing. Struggling in it is not. We would rather you be in a state of appreciation than in a state of meditation, because in either case, you're releasing resistance. So if it's easier for you to make lists of things that you appreciate or lists of positive aspects, that works too. I'm feeling overwhelmed with work right now, and I would like to clear my workload so that I can spend time on projects in my home, learning a new language, reading, interacting with family and friends, making artwork. I've been having trouble focusing for several months and have been especially distracted lately. Work is piling up, and I feel less free each day. While I don't want to make myself take action when I'm feeling uninspired and depleted, it also feels like I can't enjoy rest and play when I know how much work needs to be done and deadlines are looming. So this is an interesting predicament, isn't it? So I don't feel like working. Let's talk about why. Because there's no momentum calling you toward the project. Well, that just didn't start just now or just recently. That's been going on for a while, because you've been thinking of your work as something that you have to do or need to do rather than as something that you want to do. So what you want to do anytime you feel stuck like this is get a little momentum going before you, and get a little momentum going so that you're called to the action rather than pushing yourself to the action. So some ways of doing that would be, first, as we said earlier, go general. Say to yourself things such as, I like being on top of things, or I like to get in a good flow of work, or there are some things about my work that I like better than others. Esther, when she felt like that, and she has felt like that often over a lot of years, because she commonly has more physical things to do than she can comfortably do, not utilizing the placemat process as effectively as she could sometimes, or things just piling up. So we encouraged her to play a game. She read it in a book many, many years ago. It was a book written by Alan Laken. It was called How to Get Control of Your Time in Life. And at that time, control seemed like a really good thing that she wanted to get control of. And the only thing that she remembers from the book was a process called Swiss cheese process, where you just punch holes in your projects until pretty soon it's all gone. Like the Swiss cheese is mostly holes was the idea of it. So Esther would draw some circles on a page, and in each circle she would write something that she intended to do this day, either needed to do or wanted to do or intended to do. And then as she would accomplish them, she would color it with a crayon or a magic marker, which gave her a sense of accomplishment as she moved along. Later, she discovered that she could take a project that was giving her a lot of trouble, something that she just couldn't get interested in getting involved in, maybe like income tax preparation or cleaning out an a hanger, airplane hanger full of stuff that she'd been accumulating for a long time. In other words, things that require more than just a moment to work on them. And so she would write just a little bit of what each project included. Income tax preparation, she would write something like reconcile checkbooks or gather cash receipts or figure out where I put those cash receipts or find my credit card statements. Easy things to do. Things that only required a little bit of time. Make a pile of cash receipts or sift cash receipts for an hour. Things that were easy to accomplish. And then as she would look at her list, she didn't choose the thing that she felt the most resistant about. She would look over the list and she would choose the thing that she felt the least resistant about. And what she noticed is, in choosing that least resistant thing and in actually moving forward on it, she began to feel a lessening of resistance and even an eagerness. Now, we want to say something very powerfully to you here. And we're spending a lot of time on this question because a lot of you are feeling this very thing. The thing that stops momentum is always resistance. And so finding something that has less resistance and focusing on it will slow the resistance and therefore speed the momentum. And that's really what this fun of life is all about. It's a constant game of slowing down the resistance about things you want and speeding up the momentum on things you want. And it's the same process to slow one and to speed the other. And so just be playful about it. You'll think of new fun things to do. Look for reasons to feel good and look for reasons to feel less resistance. We like the idea of you finding ways to feel less stuck, but we like even more letting you know that if you find more ways to feel less stuck, so you have more ways that you're feeling less resistance, then you'll have more momentum going. You'll allow yourself to be the cooperative component of the law of attraction calling you forward, and it's going to be fun, not just doing things that you need to do. We recommend that you live your entire life from this point forward like that. We recommend that you never again do something that you have to do. Get the resistance out of it and let the inspiration call you. We're shouting because we are feeling enthusiasm and energy shifting all over the planet as you are feeling something that you can do something about. You just got a little of your control back, didn't you? Just thinking about that. Why do I feel lonely?